They call that
Enemy at your back! Not bad for a noble.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say this, but I miss the farms.
It's Cosmine. Just let me handle this.
Huh? Marius? No. You must be a ghost. A curse.
Oh, that would be news to me.
You are alive. You... Asshole! You show your face now? Now?
Quench your coals, Envoy. Let me handle this.
We used to be friends. Or so I thought. But then this Jitule left. Unannounced. No note, no nothing. Didn't even say goodbye to Iancu. And now you cozy up here, after 3 years, with an adherent godlike, no less? No offense. I can't allow that. You know the rules. Outsiders cannot enter without express permission of the Council.
Or with an honored warden.
Which you are not. I shouldn't even be talking to either of you. It's forbidden. Emperor? What's that?
It's their word for a fancy guy in a big gold hat.
I know what that means. I was trying to be sarcastic.
Come on, just for once, consider not being a complete Jatule and let us pass.
You know the position this puts me in. If I let you in, the Council will have my head. Just like an adherent to make a convenient promise they have no hope of keeping. There are always consequences, godlike. Always.
Cosmine, Solace Keep is in real danger. Do you truly think I'd come back here for anything less?
Gods damn it. I'm going to regret this, aren't I? I'll let you in, but be warned. Solace is not as it was, Marius.
I doubt it. Nothing really changes in Solace.
You'll see for yourself. The Council isn't what it was. Keep a watchful eye. Lower it on down. Quickly now.
I admit it. Solace is damned impressive. Just be aware, people of Solace are just as stubborn as its walls. Gods. Here we go.
Adherent. Adherent.
If it's the new recruit playing games again, I'm going to...
Face. It's just like... No. It's the lack of sleep. It's impossible. But still... I don't get paid enough for this. Every day, the same thing. Not anyone in these days, huh? Outlanders and Solace Keep. What's next? I don't get paid enough for this.
No one cares about protocol anymore. Maybe it's time for another assignment. I believe they didn't tell me about the Outlanders. Maybe it's time for another assignment.
All right. Took you long enough.
Wait, you're not from the hunting party. Where's the hunting party? They were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Idiots. Better not have gotten themselves killed. We need the supplies. I swear if they've gotten themselves drunk out there, I'm going to turn them into leather.
You look just like Nandru. You have his markings. Oh, the council is going to lose its mind.
Mikhala is going to... I don't even know what Mikhala is going to do. This has never happened.
I can't wait to see what the council will say. Duty won't feed us, Mother. Duty won't keep us from dying.
How dare you talk to your mother that way?
But Kostya says that Solace Keep is nothing but a crypt. We'll die in here. I'm so tired of listening to you. Kostya this, Kostya that. Solace Keep protects us all. I don't want to hear another word.
An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind. What's wrong with talking to the Outlander, We need outside opinions. We need medicine. You're sick, Mother. Pargrunen affairs are Pargrunen affairs. We don't speak of them to outsiders. Even if it costs you your life, Mother? You'd rather die than ask for help from an Outlander?
Kostya has a lot to answer for. Poisoning our youth's minds with these ideas.
Once again, Outlander, we did not ask for your opinion. Leave us before we call for a warden's assistance.
No, I'm tired of this. I am leaving with Amalia's crew, and you can't stop me.
I'd like to see you try. You're not brave enough for that. An outlander. An outlander.
Don't mean to be disrespectful, but we'd prefer not to deal with your kind. Don't mean to be disrespectful.
Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, the Parkrunen are done for. Why won't you listen? If we don't change our ways, Parkrunen are done for.
Is that Marius? He's alive?
Welcome back to... Odica's nails! An outsider! Nobody told me to expect outsiders. Welcome to... No, I can't say I am. Do you have any questions about Sola's Keep? I've never seen anyone quite like you, is all. No, that's not entirely true. All I'll say is, take a good look at the big statue of Nandru, this keep's founder, when you enter the main hall. A word of warning before you enter. You are the first outsiders to visit the keep in longer than I know. It is an honor to have you. Enjoy your visit to Sola's Keep. Walk with the gods, outsider. Walk with the gods, outsider.
Sanctuary of Nandru. Hasn't changed a bit.
This keep is full of old memories. Let's make some better ones.
Listen, everyone wants seconds, okay? You can get back in line or wait until next meal. Then go somewhere else and... Oh, you're the outsiders. I heard the rumors, but... I am the ringleader of the circus. No one does anything without a belly full of... whatever we're warming up here today. Honestly, Marius here would catch something better than I could rustle up for you.
I just do what I do. You make last week's salt pork taste like... this week's salt pork.
Take a compliment, Amakul. You're a good hunter. Always were. I have a little time to chat right now. What can I do for you? I doubt they ever will. The land here doesn't yield much, as you saw, and our livestock usually has many more legs than we do. We sometimes send wardens to the Twinewood to hunt, but that brings other dangers. I wish there was more we could do, but tradition is law, right? Of course, that means I have to be creative, to find ways to make everything edible and palatable, at least. Don't I know it? But the Warden's palates aren't adventurous. You add just a pinch of anything, and their faces melt right off. To be fair, eating the slop day by day has probably caused some long-lasting damage to their tongues. Councillor Kostia wants things to change around here. He wants to work with the other settlements to increase trade. Imagine it. Fish from Thirdborn, wild game from Paradis, produce from Fior Mesiverno. Ah, yes, I forgot. I don't know what I would do if my home was destroyed like that. I guess I take what we have for granted. Tradition says we have to survive without help from the outside world, or we'll never survive. Tradition has kept these walls standing. It makes sense why we'd be slow to risk losing that. Thank you, my friend. Best of luck to you. Greetings. What can I do for my new friends?
Should open up for more trade.
You think Kostia's right, huh?
Think of the salted fish we could get trading with Thirdborn.
Better than this mystery meat. That's for sure.
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got in. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. I've been working extra shifts without Petru here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge. You bet your fat-bottomed ass there is. Joffrey's fine, but he's green compared to our old captain, Petru. It's supposed to be a temporary post, but Petru went missing a few weeks ago and still hasn't come back. Of course, Mihala says he's on council business, but that's a load of saka. There's more that goes on in this keep than that old crone knows about. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Your friend Marius here is an example as to what happens if we do. Some people don't like that. Petru... he skirted the rules. Has some project out there, at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure something must have happened to him. Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zaribs, killed in a lava flow. I don't know. Petru's always been cagey about it. We've been friends for years, but he still keeps his journal to himself. Insists it's for the good of Solace, though, and I'm inclined to believe him. He's the best captain the Wardens have ever had. Look, I know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and out of the keep. If you happen to go by the abandoned Warden Tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right? Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him. Never thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Adiren.
Sometimes people just leave. He's probably drunk somewhere feeling bad about it.
That's... Hey, you heard anything about Petru? All right. Just... let me know, yeah?
What do you want? Depends on what you care about. There's a bounty board you can check if you need coin. I heard something about the trade caravan, but I've yet to see hide nor hair of them. And Mina here's been blubbering for a while, if you're really desperate for something to do. But that's all I've got. So, what do you want? Suit yourself.
Feel like making yourself useful, outsider?
Welcome to the Tusks, outsider. Be courteous while in Solace's halls, and you shall remain welcome. Check the board for bounties. Anything catch your eye, feel free to take it on. You'll be rewarded accordingly. Resources are scarce out here. We need to cull the competition if we are to survive. No. Our fighters are more than capable, but they are stretched thin. Times are hard. But that's life here in the Tusks. Be safe out there. Be careful with this one. We believe it's the source of the beetles infesting the region. Put that poor husk out of its misery. Destroy it, so that the soul within can be freed. Be careful with those ogres. Bastards are tough. We've taken to calling it the Spore King. Not sure when it started or who is to blame, but the name stuck, unfortunately. Be careful. Some of our best wardens were lost to that thing. Bereth guide their souls to a better life. Anything to report? Well done, outsider. Seems you may have a thing or two you could show my wardens. Vengeance for the fallen. Thank you. This means more to me than you know. Excellent work. Well done. I will always have bugs to deal with, but at least they won't be hatching in such large numbers anymore. Anything to report? Excellent work. Funny. Hopefully that name can fade away into obscurity. Bring Magran's wrath upon the enemies of Solace, outsider.
Great. Outsider. You need something? So I am. Nor have I much choice but to be an expert. We don't broker much with the outside, no more than we can avoid. We've got to survive with what we've got, and that isn't much. And my duty is to make sure what we've got is still enough. Since a duty broken is worse than death, I don't intend to break mine. I think you're the sort to understand that. Never once, and now that I have, I can't say I care for it. Leave our keep and our garden be. That's all I'll say on that.
Mihala understands the importance of tradition. Nandru chose this place for a reason, huh?
Exactly. To leave would only insult the great founder.
Generations of our kin have lived and died within these halls. We can't disappoint them.
As long as we lend our strength to Mihala, we won't.
What is Crown? An outsider here?
Mihala is to blame. We need to open our gates to the world, lest it leave us behind. Absolutely! Can you imagine if we had access to fresh crops from Zor? Or all of the goods that pass through Paradise? No, I can't. Not with Mihala calling the shots. Then perhaps it's time for a change around here.
So you're the outsiders my guards led you to the keep. Sucker. Now I'm going to have to deal with Kazmin. And you're accompanied by a deserter.
There's the Joffrey I know. Still calling your parents by their first names.
Yes, I am. Every time I visit them. You should try it sometime. If you've a complaint, can it wait? I'm already dealing with enough. If anything makes me a poor leader in the eyes of the Council, it's letting outsiders into the keep. And now one of my wardens has let you in. Mihala is going to ream me for this. Gods, yes. The wardens take an oath to protect the keep. That includes outside influences. Not that you'd know, but the Council isn't known for their temperance. None of this is even my job. Not really, anyway. Mihala ordered me to take over for our Captain Petru until he comes back, but it's been weeks and no one's heard anything. Of course she is. She's in her head thinking Mihala has Petru doing something other than council work. Whatever's happening, I have to trust Petru knows what he's doing. I don't have time to think otherwise. But if you happen to hear anything from Mina, don't keep it to yourself, Adirin.
We ran into Petru in Emerald Stair. What has he gotten himself into? Odd for the captain of the guard to disappear like that. Let's look into this.
Make it quick, Adirin. Fuitu! That tower's been off limits ever since the Zarips raided it. That Neem dude could be in serious danger. No idea. Though it's quite suspicious for the captain of the guard to be sneaking off like that. Either he was up to something, or someone was sending him out there. Good luck out there. Only the bravest wardens venture out into the primordial depths.
I would just like to be left alone. I'd like to be left alone with my mother. Why has it grown so quiet? Leave me, please. Nando, it is so good to see you. Leave me, please. I would just like to be left alone. They're never going to survive out there.
You're probably right, but it was their choice. They're no longer our people.
I know. But my brother is among them. I just wish he'd recognize his mistake and come back home.
I'm sorry, but this isn't your brother's home anymore.
Yes, you're right. He made his choice.
I'll have to bring this to the Council's attention.
No, I couldn't possibly. It's too precious. Safe. In the drawer.
Abaddon, patron god of smiths and forges. Animancers respect him. Minerals fear him.
I feel like a shrine of Abaddon among the forges of Solace is rather self-explanatory.
Ah, the outsiders. Welcome. I hope you don't mind if I shout a bit. I feel like it's impossible to hear anything over all this banging and quenching. Indeed, when they came down to tell us that we had outsiders about, I swore I misheard. I probably should have cleaned up the place. Indeed. Some of it is all the noise, but some of it is that I'm new to this job. Hazing is what it is. I am Forge Master Della. Recently appointed, I should add. Old Master Tassa passed away. And the council appointed me.
Master Tassa died? I figured that old lady would live forever.
So did I. Turns out death comes for us all. Surprised me, too. Thanks. She was a great master. Even if she could have used the odd bath now and again. But that's beside the point. What can I do for you? I know. A shrine to Abaddon in a forge. How unique. What can I do for you? We have mines throughout the tasks, though most of them were abandoned until very recently. Most of our material comes from reforging old equipment. Someone dies or retires and we make something new from their stuff.
It's a fine tradition, if you don't mind going on patrol in your dead uncle's old pants.
Mock all you like, outcast. This way has worked for centuries. Like most things around Solace, they got too costly and dangerous to maintain. The Council thought it best to close them down. Council Okostia has argued to get some of them open again. We might be getting some new ores sometime soon. Did he now? And what exactly is... Abaddon's shiny beard? That's star metal! These days I work more with a quill than a hammer, but I think I can make an exception for this. And if the council doesn't like it, they can make someone else Forge Master. Oh, I'd be a happy man to be working the forge again. Oh, how I miss it! The question you should be asking is, what can't I do with it? I could refine and sharpen the material into a sword, certainly. Simple enough ask once you know the secrets of star metal. Alternatively, there's something I've wanted to make since the last time I had my hands on this stuff. A star metal archivist. Now that sounds like a proper challenge. Very good. This shouldn't take long. Let me show you why the council chose me to be master of this forge.
This ought to be good.
It is done. I call it the Meteor Blade. Never before has anything I've crafted held such a wicked edge. You are most welcome, outsider. However, this material is unlike any other metal. It is superior in nearly every way, and an unmatched challenge to work. I want to see what else I could do with it. bring me more fragments, and I can make you that arquebus I mentioned. Or, yes, perhaps I could further refine your meteor blade. Certainly. I look forward to seeing what else I can do with this metal.
I wonder how this will turn out. There's so much we don't know about the properties of otherworldly metals.
Here it is. A firearm unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abaddon's hammer struck the falling moon. Thank you for your kind words, outsider. I will take them to heart. Blessed day! What would you like now? Hiding, Golem. Oh, this will be my pleasure. This won't take long, but it will be worth it. Just you wait and see.
Let's keep a safe distance.
Here you are. The finest blade I have ever had the pleasure of crafting. May it serve you well. I should hope so. Anything less would be an enormous waste of potential.
Haven't seen Petro around in a while. Wonder what he's been up to.
Nothing good, most likely. No one's heard anything. Joffrey had to take over as captain.
Joffrey. Ha! That Nimdut. Why in Magren's name would anybody put him in charge?
Something must have happened to Petro. The council is keeping quiet. Think he joined the outcasts?
Petru? Join the outcasts? There's no way.
People say Wodeka is the goddess of law, but all I've seen is intolerance.
Nandru looked to Wodaka for inspiration when he created the traditions and laws of Solace.
You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you.
Bolty? Is that you?
Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests? I am an attendant of the Council of Solace. I do whatever they ask of me, frankly. Currently, it is my honor to watch over the Shrine of Wodeka and keep it as pristine as the goddess herself.
You mean it's your honor to stay where the Council can keep an eye on you? The way I heard it, Bolty had a reputation for taking things from the armory and selling them to traders for a profit.
I paid my debt to Solace. I have changed.
Yeah, well, the Council is keeping you close by, just in case you haven't.
Good to see you again. How can I help?
Time has shown that the arms and armor of Solace Keep are unmatched in quality anywhere else in the living lands.
Never heard a speech full of such bluster.
It's not the content, but the interpretation that bothers me.
Ah, well, the walls of Solace have never been brought down by words alone.
I think his words and his breath combined would be a greater threat.
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my. No, of course not. What can I do for one such as yourself? Ah, our beloved founder. Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace. Many believe Nandru was led here by a spirit guardian of some kind. Others believe he was simply an excellent judge of location. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in place to this day, while others may have fallen by the wayside. He was compassionate, eccentric, and charismatic. He knew how to draw out the best in his people. A true leader. Tradition says that when he knew his life was ending, he sought quiet solitude, knowing his work here was complete. Not a word of tradition, spoken or written, speaks ill of our founder. It is perhaps the only thing on which we all agree. If you ask these absolute Zarips, they'd say not at all. I maintain that our solace is more in Sorina's vision than Nandru's. Our founder envisioned a safe place for all who reside or explore in the Tusks, an admirable goal, certainly. Sorina's vision was more about safety for the people already within Solace. Outsiders be damned. Ah, blessed Sorina. She led Solace's rise from the ashes centuries ago, when an attack breached the walls and ruined our keep. She was a forceful and diligent leader who oversaw the rebuilding of the keep and established new traditions to keep us safe. Many, myself included, believe her traditions conflicted with Nandru's, which were more suited to a Solace in peacetime. If you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. Very few here have that knowledge. But Nandru did speak of a garden from time to time. He created the Wardens of Solace to oversee that garden specifically. No one can say for sure what the garden meant to him, for none has set foot there. I fear I cannot help you beyond that. What more can I do to enlighten you? All philosophy is controversial here. Thoughts that do not challenge tradition might as well be tradition themselves. We pass on the oral histories of Solace and seek to uncover those historical knowledge we have lost over time. In return, the unenlightened Getuli of Solace curse, spit, and throw objects at us. It is truly a symbiotic relationship.
An outsider! I've never seen someone so tall. No one sees me like this. Who let you in here? What do you want? I know it's garish, isn't it? But what else can I do? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the lands, we must make do with an ever-shrinking supply of true goods.
Not anymore, I'm afraid. You'll have to make do with what you have.
No one suffers as I do. Just leave me. Oh, and don't get anything dirty on your way out. Who let you in here? What do you want? Why am I in my own home? I think a better question is, why are you here? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, not but all the shops only have cheap goods. I deserve better than that. Just leave me. Oh. No. No one suffered.
Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Again? Ugh. I bet the officers up above don't have to deal with that.
On the bright side, the legs are pretty good in a stew.
That is both gross and intriguing. What time is dinner?
Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please? Ugh, my hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it, Honestly, I don't even remember. It all started when my grandfather was a baby. I think something about restoration.
Solace has been under constant construction since Nandru set the first stone.
It does not matter. Can you save my hammer or not? Ah, you have done me a great service, Amakul. Merti, envoy. May your kindness be repaid swiftly. Is it me? Or does everything look suspiciously like a nail? I wonder if I can somehow strap this to my belt so I don't drop it again.
You're telling me they made all of this?
The very image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please. Raluca told me we have you to thank for getting the waters flowing once more. It's regrettable that the Delamgan is so territorial. Imagine what we could learn from the ruins she guards. But at least we will have water. Take this. Even with the Delamgan restricting our access, a working aqueduct is invaluable. Thank you again for your help. Perhaps whatever blessed Nandru truly does live in you. Imagine the chance to see godless engineering at work. It is a true marvel, godlike. Imagine the chance to see godless engineering at work. It is a true marvel, godlike.
Outsiders? In the halls Nandru built himself? Madness.
Another garden.
That's Nandru. Council's just up this lift.
You do the talking. I'm out of my element. If we open our gates to outlanders, we stand to lose it.
We will talk about this later.
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
We do. That's why he isn't in shackles and being brought to trial right now.
We can discuss shackles after we've talked about the Steel Garrote. They're coming for Solace Keep.
Nonetheless, returning with an Adiran in tow was foolish, Marius.
Foolish?
I'd call it treacherous.
Right, well how about we all pile on Marius after we're sure Solace is safe?
Our order has survived the threat of these lands for hundreds of years. Wardens patrol the region day and night. There's no danger in the tusks that can catch us unawares.
They destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for Solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
You've already destroyed one historical edifice. We heard of what you did to the ruins in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer. Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you, It sounds like you have something in mind. There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, Envoy? Mind how you speak of the garden in these halls, Envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The Envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face, I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
The godlike are gone.
There's at least one left, and he's standing right in front of you.
Perhaps you are what you say, but it does not matter. We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, Envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. That is what your supposed steel garrote must be in the tusks to find, isn't it? I fear you and they will be disappointed.
It has and always will be our duty to watch over the garden. Even if we knew of the potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
What is one emperor across the sea against the might of my Wardens? You may be uniquely capable, but there are hundreds of us. There are 3 of you. Good. Be sure of it.
Kostya, see the Envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius? Don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, Envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
Poor Marius. At least I only had to deal with one politician. He's up against 2.
Still lingering, Adiran? Thank you, Envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Adir. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with it again. But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting. Still lingering, Adiran? Captain of the Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him? Pompous Adiran. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business. Petru's ideas are a danger to Solace and go against his oath.
There is good in animancy, but you are willfully blind to it. Instead, you persecute others for what you fail to comprehend.
If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe, and he will stay far away from Solace until he can be trusted again. You know what? I'd almost think you genuinely believe that if you didn't carry an Adiran crest. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
So Petru's alive, but he's on Mihala's bad side. Honestly, dying's probably easier.
Envoy. I just wanted a word before you went on your way. I wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala? Well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help. There are just not enough resources to go around, and it's causing people to fall ill. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath. I am. I know I can't win all of them, and I need to win the ones that matter. Mihala has firm principles, and I respect the strength of them. But it's all so pointless. If we stay in this keep, we will surely die. Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me? Not an alliance, precisely, but a conversation. A crack in the wall between our worlds. The keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The Wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradis could provide. If I could only start the conversation. Mihala won't have it. Our isolation here is not elective, but imposed on us by her. And Nandru, and our long traditions. Tradition is a tricky thing to end, Envoy. People become attached, don't they, to the old ways of doing things? Even when those old ways are killing them. I have tried to broach the topic of trade with her many times, as have my predecessors with her predecessors, and clearly we have gotten nowhere. Outside influence. The call of the wider world. She doesn't voice it, but she fears that if our wardens know the comforts of the lands beyond our borders, they will want to leave the tusks.
She's right. There's a whole world out there free from all the Saka and misery of Solace.
I would rather abandon every tradition and forget who we are than watch my people suffer needlessly for pride. Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman. I lied to you. I'm sorry for that. I didn't intend to make you look like a fool. But I couldn't let Mihala know the truth. She would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths with no thought for how this situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Stilgarot who find it, I don't care. Forget duty. Duty cannot feed our children. Duty cannot keep us safe. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us. It doesn't matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sundan mind?
You'd be giving up everything your people built here. Generations of history.
The Keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Stilgaroth in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people. Solace Keep could serve as such a fortress for Adir.
That's exactly the problem with this place. Whole lot of following, not a lot of thinking.
Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. After Fior, I suspect you Adirans think of the people of the Living Lands as little more than bugs to be crushed. If you think of us at all. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger. Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand. You are not the first person to have said that. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too. I would never ask you not to defend yourself, Envoy. In any case, the Stilgaroth are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirians can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also, perceptive as ever. If you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives. The monastery is dedicated to preserving our historical artifacts, including some that are of great interest to me. Let's just say I have an academic interest in them. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius. Because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the Envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, Envoy. They are to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, Envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be. Please, be discreet with what I've told you.
brother?
Sorry, Geoffrey. Captain. No, the Council's still going at it. You know how Mihala is.
Well, son, fine. Come find me when they're free. Won't be able to do anything until I talk to Mihala.
Of course, Captain. And, good luck.
Make it quick, Adirin.
An outlander.
What do you think it means?
What do you think? What?
Call this fresh? Idiots.
A deer.
That meeting of the Solace Council did not go as planned.
It was a whole lot of exactly what I expected, honestly. It's all processes and traditions and arguments over texts written by non-Drew centuries ago.
Same story everywhere. Though, much of Rauatai's history is recorded in chants, so half our debates are sung. It doesn't resolve our feuds, but it does make them more entertaining.
Do you think there's hope for the Council? Or are they too stuck in their ways?
Do I look like a new-Sunded politician? There's a reason I spend most of my time as far from civilization as possible.
Well, I'd vote for you, dearie. If only to see you squirm.
Envoy, coming back to Solace is not easy for me. A lot of memories, not all happy ones. She took an interest in me when I first came to Solace. No idea why. I was an outsider and a child. She had every right to make me someone else's problem, but she didn't. I struggle to see it myself. Maybe my mirror's dirty. Anyway, I need to ask a favor. Possibly a big one. Since we entered Solace, I've been... Memories have come flooding back. It's been all I can think about.
It's only natural. You were gone a long time.
Seeing Mihala, I remembered coming here as a child, but... there's more. There was a village, and something went wrong. I don't know. I swear I'm trying. I just remember godless ruins, a flow of lava, and people lying down. I need to find that village, if it exists. There's something there I need to find. I just wish I knew what it was. It will. I think it will. I hope so. Anyway. What do you want to talk about? Right, changing the subject. Until next time. Envoy? Sorry. I've been in my head ever since we left Solace, thinking about the village. I'm tired of it. You need me focused, especially in the tusks, where just breathing wrong can kill you. Still, I don't know why I'm thinking about this village, or even why it feels so important. What if I get there and... oh, I don't know, I fall apart. Memories flood in and I don't know who I am anymore. Or worse, what if it's nothing? But maybe it's better not to know. There was a story. The warden who saw the future. There was a young warden who thought she could see the future. She'd think about things and they would come to pass. She was worried about her father falling ill, and he did. She feared her friend would die of exposure. It happened. One day, she was with her patrol unit guarding a watchtower, and she was struck by a terrifying thought. She just knew in her gut that Solace was under attack. Zareps, or ogres, or fire blights from the wastes. Oh. You've heard this one. The young warden tried to alert her unit, but they didn't seem concerned. They said she was delusional. So she left the tower to go protect Solace. And she found nothing there. Meanwhile, her post came under attack. Her whole unit was killed because she abandoned it. The story ended before that part. Huh. Probably, though. What if I'm seeing the future? I can't stop thinking about this village, as if I'm trying to predict what will happen. Well, I'm fortunate to have you all here. Anyway, I appreciate the talk, Envoy. I clearly have some things to figure out. Anyway. You too.
Talking to Kostya, it's gotta be nice to meet someone who's happy to see adherence for a change. I can tell he's struggling against the current, which is a shame because he's looking out for his people rather than an old building. Tradition and history have their place, but I just can't see putting it ahead of the welfare of the living. But you're the envoy. I'm wondering what you think about it. Maybe so. Sometimes you just work with what you got. Rawatai's grown over the centuries through dozens of expansions, conquests, and alliances. Many were bloody and hard-won, but I still can't find myself wishing for the alternative. We wouldn't have lasted if we stayed a small Almawa tribe struggling against a barren, stormy spit of land. Don't get me wrong, I saw the messy part of that boldness in Deadfire. But I don't think isolationism is the answer either. The question is, do you really think Kostian's people are better off sticking around here than taking their chances with Adir? Or striking out into the living lands? Perhaps there's no one who should make that decision, but someone will have to. Then I've got answers. Check your bedroll for fangworms.
We really must stop meeting like this. Sweet dreams, Envoy.
I've seen council meetings get out of control, but that one was for the books. Almost as bad as when I asked the governor for some unconventional equipment. He nearly had a heart attack. A corporeal inverter. In layman's terms, it replaces living things with dead things, by killing them. Maybe it wasn't my smartest investment, but I thought it had research potential. If the steel garrote is what passes for innovative, then Solace is in deep trouble. It's remarkable, really, what people do for traditions that have lost all meaning. The garden is your birthright, and the Wardens don't seem to know why they're guarding it in the first place. If anyone has a right to enter the garden, it's you. Such is the life of an envoy. The council made their choice. If they won't let you into the garden, we just have to find another way. Go on then, I'm listening. For you, anything. If I must.
Watch your right!
Isakso! Hasan Sude! Hasan Sude! Isakso!
Try not to breathe too deeply.
Seems to be missing a few parts. Let's finish up.
We're on your right!
As I live and breathe, the faithless envoy. Ludwine finds your loyalty a touch diminished. If you're looking for the Inquisitor, she's hunting a lead to the garden through its twisted silver roots. The tower calls, and it turns, and it calls, but for the roots we go, if not for the roots. The roots say your name, Envoy. They say you told them to do it. I feel I can't think straight. Bodies full of roots, pulling me, You did this, didn't you? The Roots try to choke the Steel Garrote, and we will strangle them in return. Cut them, bleed them.
Careful. That's Dream Scourge talk right there.
No talk for traitors. Only fire for the Roots. Burn them. Burn every one of them. Die as the Roots die. Die, traitor! Lay yourself down.
They're coming!
Hands up! I'm coming from the right!
Enemy to the right!
It burns! Anna! To left!
Everybody all right? I'll never get used to watching you do that.
That island. It must be the garden. I don't know what I expected, but it's beautiful. Even from afar. But how do we reach it? It's so close, but yet so far.
If it weren't so deadly and disturbing to look at, it'd be breathtaking.
So, there is yet another path to the garden. Crossing a sea of acid is not what I had in mind today. An alternate route would be best.
Nandru was the founder of Solace Keep. If anyone knows more about him or the garden, it would be the Council of Solace. I can't make any promises, though. Like I said, they don't welcome outsiders, much less Adirans. Your godlike features will get you through the door, but that's all you'll get. Got off on the wrong foot being born on another continent. Then they made it worse by taking control of Paradise and bringing a squadron of madmen along with them. Lean into the face thing. I'm not kidding. I lost any clout I had in Solace the instant I left. You'd have better luck just showing them your face. Nandru had the same godlike features as you. You'd be surprised how far a resemblance to him will take you. Play your cards right, and it might get you through the door. Worth a shot, anyway.
To Solace Keep, then. Not a moment too soon. With any luck, we can outpace the Steel Garrote.
Follow the road northeast and look for a giant ancient walled keep. Can't miss it.
I'll follow your lead. Careful with that thing. We're not even sure what it does. And some of us have to sleep here.
Another fragment in. And this thing's just getting warmed up.
Welcome to Serena's Mercy, outsider. There's nothing for you to see here. Move along. Move along.
Will you pipe down over there?
I'm innocent!
No, you gave the goods back. That's something else.
I demand that this farce of a justice system answer for itself.
Do you do this every day?
Oh, thank the gods. Finally.
Renato here was selling our grave goods to traveling merchants. Don't let him tell about maps and causes. He's a common thief.
You know him? Then you can advocate for me.
You've got your work cut out for you. But if you want to try, go ahead.
I admit I took a few things from Pargrunan memorials. And I admit the caravans paid me a good price for them.
Expeditions have costs. Easy to pass judgment when your stomach is full. Sansa has no idea what the living lands are like. He sits in his emporium and thinks it's the Deadfire. Well, it's not. Every day out here is a matter of life and death.
We do fine without grave robbing.
I just needed to survive.
You can't just barge in and tell us what to do with our prisoners.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm not paid enough to argue with it. You're free to go.
About time. I owe you, whoever you are. Actually, wait, I can do better than that. Take my notes. Just do me a favor and don't tell Sansa where I've been. I'll come up with something. As soon as I've found a place to bathe. See, Sala's Keep, he said. It'll be an adventure, he said. If I never smell sulfur again, that's an experience I won't repeat.
Go on. Either leave or help clean this house. Ugh, I'm getting too old for this. Here's your problem now. Go on. Either leave or help clean this house.
Gods, what happened here?
Move along.
Zarb tracks. Lots of them. We're entering hostile territory.
Protect the envoy.
Seen better days. This was Animancy equipment. Someone was experimenting with forces they didn't understand.
Definitely got himself locked up in the ash forest. He'll still be there. The Zarabs didn't get to him first.
If you need advice, talk to Marius. I'm just here to look after you.
Come and get me.
Help! My gods, they're killing us. Outlander, my gods, help me. We're being slaughtered. The archives, please, gods. My brothers, my fellow monks, they changed into monsters before my eyes. They're tearing everything apart. Oh my gods, how could this be happening? Oh, thank the gods. Bless you, Outlander. Friend, thank you. Head north along the main road. The archives are on a bluff. You can't miss the smoke. Look for Grigor. He'll know what you need to do. Speak with Elder Grigor. Please, hurry. Speak with Elder Grigor. Please, hurry.
You don't really need an animancer for this, do you? I'd only get in your way.
I don't want to go back. I can't.
How do I tell Radut? I don't want to be a part of this any longer. I don't want to patrol this place anymore. Solace Keep doesn't need me, but the people here, they do. Who are you? No, doesn't matter. I don't need to know. As long as you're not here to mess with the outcasts, we'll be fine. I'm watching you, though. Don't give me a reason to start a fight. Solace originally sent me out here to patrol and watch the outcasts, to make sure they're not causing trouble. But I never thought it was right. They don't need to be watched. They're not criminals. What they need is help. They're not bad people. The outcasts need help. Food, supplies, protection. Otherwise, it's a slow death. I can't help with the first two, but protection I can provide. The problem is, that's not the mission Solace Keep wants me to perform. Do me a favor. Take my badge to Radut. Tell him you found it on my corpse. I'll be free then. Thank you. I don't know how much good I'll be able to do, but at least I can do something now. Is it done then? Did you give my badge to Radut? Fair enough. Let me know when you do, yeah?
Watch yourself.
What's the left?
Person rock! Nice job, everyone. Let's go.
Burning!
Unseek!
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Awesome shooting!
Bravo!
I can't. I don't want to be here. I feel like I can't feel my fingers.
We're going to face this together. Even if I have to hold your hand the entire time.
Fine. Let's go. Let's go. I feel like I can't swallow. Is that weird?
Wings within wings.
Gods. What happened here? These bowls used to contain a poison. Larberry Ishon root, maybe.
Nice smell of coat.
Rosvan. Why does that name make my skin crawl? Is it someone I knew? What is that? Let me see. I remember this. I think this belonged to... Everything Yonku said was true. All of it. These bones are hers. My mother. I can't.
Difficult. This is blessed impossible.
It's all right, Marius. We're here with you. Stay with us.
I don't think I can handle this right now. I need to go back.
No need to rush this. We'll take it at your pace. One step at a time.
I know. We too may. Let's just keep looking around.
Put them down, please. Please. He speaks of song. I hear only screams. Circles and death. A chorus of screams. Where is Marius now? Born here, die here. Lost and found. Marius would laugh. I'm sorry, Marius. I was lost. No. Don't fool me. Don't lie. That can't be Marius. It can't.
Be careful, Marius. He isn't well.
Yonku. Viate. Is that you? What happened? How could this...
Scourge. Like mass graves. I can't... I search for meaning, but find only words.
This is... is... Yonku. My best friend since... as far as I can remember. When did this... I should have never left you, Viate. I couldn't have known.
Patrol. Yes, on patrol. When the dream touched me, I was away and alone. Yes? Not your fault. Not yours. We met here, Marius and me. We played here. I was older, but still a child.
That doesn't... I barely remember this place.
Your forgetting is for the best, Viate. I suffered remembering the whole time.
I feel drawn here, but all I remember is fear and panic.
Families followed Razvan, trusted his words. He would lead them to a better life. Trusted Razvan to make them something more.
Wait. No, I remember something. Chanting? I was so scared. Stop it. I'm all right.
Razvan circled the parents around, said he would help their voices reach the stars. They took bowls full of... night. No. Death. He said to drink it while Razvan said the words.
I don't want to know what you're about to say. I don't
Why would they? Everyone dead?
I saw all the parents fall over. I knew he would come for me. I ran. I saw young Marius, too small to understand. Razvan called out for us, his voice raised to the sky.
That's when you took me to Solace. You saved my life.
A new home, yes, I brought you there and they gathered you. Marius always survived. Kept me alive sometimes. Never said to stop. Never gave up.
I always thought you were a fool when we were younger. So impulsive. Now I know. You thought you'd already cheated death.
The parents in Solace said it was better to forget. Made me swear not to tell. You were happy. Never wanted to upset you. At first, yes. Later, it would have been harder not to forget.
Makes sense. No wonder it felt like everyone knew something I didn't, because they did.
But I can't focus. Can't remember. Razvan is near, making everything harder.
God, he might still be alive. That's it. We have to leave. If he's out there, we have to run.
Found the key to Razvan's home. Search there if you want. I will only forget. Signs of life in this place. Small but true. Someone is here, and not just me.
I am so sorry this happened to you, Viate. If I could trade places with you.
No. No, Viate. You have saved me many times over. This I wouldn't wish on you ever.
Well, I guess. We'll be going now, yeah? We have to keep digging into this particular emotional scar.
I almost pity him. See you soon, Viate. Circles. I see nothing but circles. Circles. I see nothing but circles.
knew someone was out there. He killed everyone. He wanted to kill me.
Breathe, Marius. Steady yourself. Your mind and soul are fragile. Now more than ever.
Years of worrying myself sick. He's out there, Envoy. This Korba is still out there. I think I know the contact Razvan used to seal the door. It's a poem my mother told me when I was a child. She said those words would always open doors. I never knew what she meant. If we're gonna go after Razvan, we better get to it. Before I pass out where I stand.
Circles. I see nothing but circles. Right behind you.
He hides it!
I'm coming for Ludwig next.
That must be the door. Oh, gods, here we go. Alright, what was it? Something. Voices, something in the sky. Gods, I can't think straight.
He hides it!
Quick as a fox!
We got them all.
Sing free, our voices lifted high. Our spirits laughing in the sky. Hope that did something. That was it. It worked. Someone's living here. I'm sure of it. Well, maybe it's not him.
I think we both know better than that, Marius.
Don't know if I'd rather see Razvan alive or dead. If he's dead, he can't hurt anyone else.
Look like we've got company. On your right.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Quiet as a soul.
Yes, I hear them, but I hear things all the time. Please just let me work. Let me work.
Does he even know we're here? We could just leave.
New voices. Flesh or spirit, I should ask. The others say you're flesh, but the others are known to lie. Dream thrall. What a wonderful word for those souls you slaughtered to get here. They speak with more clarity now. I have long heard the voices of ascended beings. Beings beyond pain or hunger or death.
He thinks he's a watcher. Pathetic.
I sought to raise the voices of my flock, to raise them to become as the voices that sang to me were. The chorus of voices that surrounded me told me lies among their truths. On that day, I sought song but only heard screams.
Duke de Dragu, Korba, you killed everyone.
I know this voice. Older now, perhaps. One of the missing ones. You have your father's tone. Your mother's diction. Too aware. Yes. The voices won't let me forget. If I scream, I can quiet them for a time. But they're never gone. My people were to become ascended beings, like those who spoke to me before. Voices ephemeral, wise, and never afraid. Instead, their voices became screams. From the next life they curse me. Call me killer. Call me death.
If he is truly a Watcher, then it stands to reason his own victims would drive him mad.
I don't care. This Korba killed my family.
But I have since found a new choir, full of life and set loose from the shackles of will and doubt. Dream thralls? No. They are more connected to the land than any of us. The island holds and caresses them as it will us all. Perhaps one day you will join my choir as well, my little lost one. I will lead you to sing for the gods themselves.
I have run from you my whole life. And you're just a madman in a cave, talking to dream thralls.
You ran because you were afraid. Now you come back to me. My lost lamb. My tiny little bell.
You murdered a village to satisfy your sick vision of ascension. But really, you're just a lost soul down here grasping for meaning. I don't remember my parents. They obviously trusted you. But they didn't know you, did they? Not really.
They were shining souls. Their voices passionate. Their words sharp like the crack of a whip.
I see no reason to give this man a quick death. Let him rot down here, for all I care.
A prison of silence. A fate worse than death.
I am never alone. The voices caress me, fuel me, punish me. No matter what I do, I am never alone. No matter what I do, I am never alone.
I can't figure out how I feel now. I do think leaving him here to rot was the right decision. I don't think they wanted rest. I think they're happy haunting Razvan for what he did to them. I've spent my whole life afraid of something I couldn't remember. And now I've found that thing and overcome it. I need to think about all this. Maybe we should check on Iancu, see how he's feeling.
They left me here with the voices. All of these angry voices. The voices are silent now. They will be back for me. Why do they come to me? Haven't I done enough? They left me here with the voices. All of these angry voices.
We spoke before, yes? Marius? We spoke before.
Gods. You really don't have much time left, do you, Viate? You should have seen it, Viate. The monster that haunted us all our lives, starving and babbling to himself.
It pleases me. I feel happy that our monster was just a shadow all along.
It's over, Viate. You can rest now. I promise.
Right, Viate. And so can you. Remember that. I will likely find it first. Marius has never sought peace.
Quiet, you Nimdude. I know how to seek peace if I want it.
Right. Clearly. I leave you now, full of peace.
Will you be all right, Viate? What can I do to help?
Nothing more you have to do, Viate. Just keep living and try to laugh once in a while.
Right. I will miss you, Viate. I love you.
It's light. The circle is broken. I think we will meet again. The tusks call to me. I can hear the land. Go and remember me. I think we will meet again.
Let's finish this.
Who's next? Anyone?
Keep quiet.
Let me out.
Glad that's...
Envoy, look left.
On your left!
Let's go.
Protect the envoy.
get me.
Nicely done! Watch yourself.
Who are you, spirit? Go away. I know you're not real. I'll stop you if I must.
The trap cuts. The fox cries at the pain of the hare. The justice of the wild.
The plague's corrupted the rest of us. The steel garrote. Our minds broken. I won't let it take me. I'll keep my sanity. You're not real. You can't be. No, go away, spirit.
Oh, hey, look, it's Captain Alf here.
We've both seen this before. This is the Dream Scourge at work.
Is that my name? Alfir? I've been wondering. What is it me I'm frightened of? Or her? Good company, that was what she called us. Her most faithful. The very best. What was that prayer Ludwig taught us to banish the visions? Fearsome Mordecai, by your withering gaze, I bind this tricksome devil. Oh, God, it's still there. I see the canopy of a tree inside your soul. No! Stop looking at me. I don't want to see it.
She's out of her mind with the dream scourge. Not that she was ever sane to begin with.
None shall pass, she said. The ruiner, the rival, the seed of the poisonous tree. Wodika, bind, you villain!
Marius, look alive!
That'll show him.
After all this time, finally... returning home. How you doing, Marius?
I'm holding on. Got pretty intense back there.
Takes a lot of strength to go back to face something like that.
Thanks. Didn't feel like strength at the time.
You faced something horrible and didn't go catatonic. That's strength. No matter what it feels like, dear.
I'm not the only one here who has sad parent stories. Giada's folks turned into plants.
Everyone is haunted by something. It just hurts when that something is family.
Right. I'm fine. Let's just leave it there. Envoy? I thought I'd feel different after dealing with Razvan. Somehow more at peace. There was this threat I didn't even know I was afraid of, and now it's gone. So why doesn't it all feel better now? The man in that cave was not the horrible thing I imagined all this time. No one has been hunting me. No one was after me. Been dealing with this all my life. Someone starts acting strange, then clearly something terrible's about to happen. My people were in a cult. They believed what Razvan said. They died because he asked them to. But he wasn't behind every corner. He was stuck in a cave, babbling in mushrooms. Not for lack of trying, right? I appreciate what you've done to help me. I won't forget it. Thank you for finding that amulet. It's such a small thing, but it helps. Yes. Good ones, even. My father singing to me. My mother smiling and carrying me on her back. There was a sense of purpose, I think. They all left Solace for a reason. They trusted Razvan. People began to act strange. My parents weren't around as much. Everyone started paying all their attention to Razvan. We all know what happened next. It was Razvan. He built up their trust and betrayed it all at once. I just wanted to thank you, Envoy. That's all. Anyway. What do you want to talk about? There's more out there than I could tell you about. Right, changing the subject. Thanks for talking.
Keep an eye on Marius. He's having a hard time. What do you want to know? You too.
How is it that the air up here is both thinner and thicker? I've got extra water in my pack if anyone needs it.
Well, seems there is more to our dwarven friend than we thought. Than even he thought. And to know that monster is still out there. That he could do that all over again. It's sickening. You're right. I'll pull him aside for a chat later. Either way, at least that part of Marius's life is done and dusted. The next time we find a cult like this, let's stop it before they get to the death part. Shall we? Well, that's all I have to say on the matter, I suppose. Unless there's something else you wish to discuss? How can I help, darling? Don't mind if I do. How did you end up in Paradise?
I was drifting. Guess I needed a change of scenery.
No, I mean, why settle in Paradise? Why not someplace else?
It's busy enough to get into trouble, and big enough to get lost in.
Are you sure it's not just because you were close to boats again?
After you've spent as much time on boats as I have, you cherish dry land.
No, I've spent enough time in Thirdborn to know that's a lie, honey.